Well, I came to London to promote my new album. It's called Good Things. It's on Stone Store Records, my second album, and people tell me they really like I Need a Dollar, so I've got to come and sing the song for the people. Well, the album, I think in total, studio days, it was probably about 2 weeks worth of days. But the collaboration is with Truth and Soul. They produced and co-wrote the album, and that's why it's got a distinctive soul feel. There's a TV show called How to Make It in America, and they have used it for the theme song of the television show. I think it fits just right. In America, you just have to be 100% at what you do. Be 100%. Don't be halfway. All the people that have really made it have been 100% of what they are and what they say they are. Well, in particular, I'd like to address it's really the disparity between rich and poor. The gap is growing faster and faster, especially in developed countries, and I think it's important for government to step in and make a stand, take a stand for the people. Everybody who's anybody deserves food, clothing, and shelter and education. And as long as those necessities are met, then everything will be fine. I think rich can be rich, but the poor can't be so poor that they can't live. It's just not fair. Well, we expect really big things from him, and I think that he's gonna put his best foot forward to make the changes. I'm not exactly sure they'll be as radical as I want them to be, but there's only so much a president can do in 4 years, especially when you're dealing with huge, huge pressures against change. Nobody wants to part with their money, especially rich folks. If I wasn't a musician, I'd probably be a teacher. I enjoy teaching, and I think the best way for me to give my lessons is through song, and I'm able to help a lot of people through song, so I'm glad I'm a musician. You know, good music has a problem getting on the radio because a lot of the record labels are corporatized now, so they have to make decisions based on the bottom line and stockholders. So I think there is definitely a challenge for soul music and really good music to make it on the radio, but at the same time, the fans know where to find the music online. So there's always going to be a place, whether it's online or it's from person to person, for soul music. Yeah, the label that I'm on, they give me the freedom to do any music that I want, any music that I feel like doing, and it's evident by the catalog that they've released of different artists, how far they're willing to stretch.
Check me out. Making promises you can't keep. Hungry wolves dressed like sheep. They shake our hands, stab our backs. I don't know why they do us like that. Well, politicians, you better get right. These conditions ain't no good for life. Whose decision is it anyway? Yours or mine? Talking to the politician, yeah, pushing poison to our children, still promoting class division. We are starving, but you are fed. I don't know why they do us like that. Now politicians, you better get right. These conditions ain't no good for life. These conditions.
I Need a Dollar is, to me, the original idea of the song, before there was instrumentation to it, was a Negro spiritual, a folk song. It's very much like the kind of music I was listening to at the time, chain gang music of basically incarcerated blacks in the South. And so the sentiment and the feeling behind the song has that grit behind it. And then the lyrics are very, you know, some of the verses are personal, some of them relate to friends of mine, and some of the lyrics are general, based on the current economic depression, basically. And the music video it's supposed to be suggestive of the concept of I need a dollar. It doesn't really specifically detail how one gets a dollar, but you see a youth walking through the streets of Harlem, and you can assume that he's on the search for something that's going to get him paid. And at the end of the video, you see that he's running from something that should have got him paid. And it's kind of the unfortunate reality of inner city life. I think the concept of the American dream is probably the most horrendous and hideous concept ever developed, because it doesn't leave room for the concept of culture and love and family. It's all about individualism and basically self-reliance. Self-reliance is fine. Everybody should be able to rely on themselves and build their dream. But if their dream doesn't include a reality for others, then there's a huge issue. And that's what's happened with these national corporations and huge corporate conglomerates that have done well making an American dream for themselves and placing everyone else in the gutter, like what's happening right now in South Africa with the World Cup. And it happened in the US in Atlanta when they had the Olympics. They displaced the poor people, they put them way outside of where they used to live, and then when the festivities, when the party's done, nobody rebuilds the place where the poor people live. I think it's terrible, I think it's wrong, and I don't believe that it's a concept that should be espoused and celebrated, because when you really look at the meat and bones of it, the American dream was built on a slavery nightmare. So I don't believe it. This is Aloe Blacc, and you're watching CodeEmphasis.com.